All right, boys and girls, we are at the point in the R factor where we may need to change our response. We are going to talk today about what it means to adjust and adapt. And what we're going to find out is you can do all the right things before this point in the R factor when it comes to pressing pause and stepping up, and find out that I still need to make a change because I did not get the outcome I was looking for. So as we look at where we're at exactly, we had to start with one. We had to press pause. That's where we figure out what is our event, what is our outcome that we're trying to get. And after we clarify those, we then go to number two, which is get your mind right. Make sure your focus is where it needs to be. Your emotions are under control. You're having that good self-talk about what you need to do to try and get the outcome that you want. And then we went to number three, which was to step up. And that's what to follow through with the best above the line response or above the line choice that you can give. And we'll find out that you can do all those things perfect, but still not get the outcome you're going for. And that's when you're going to have to adjust and adapt, which is where we're at today. And we're going to focus mostly on adjusting and adapting your response. That's what you choose to do. But you'll come to find out too that sometimes you have to adjust and adapt your outcome. Okay, let me give you a quick example. I may say, well, you know what? I have an outcome of wanting to earn $3 billion by tomorrow. I'm not sure that's a realistic outcome. Now, I may change that outcome to saying, hey, I eventually want to get to $3 billion. So by tomorrow, I'm going to start doing new chores and earning a little bit of money here and gradually work my way up to get there. So that would be changing my outcome. $3 billion by tomorrow probably won't happen. Okay. So there are times you will have to change that. But let's focus on what it means to change your response. Okay. Change your R. And the good way to remember this is your outcome provides feedback for how good your response was. And what that means is if you press pause and figured out what your outcome was, and then you didn't get that outcome, well, guess what? That's telling you you need to do something different with your response. This is where we need to adjust and adapt. So if your response does not get the outcome you want, then you have to adjust and adapt. Let me give you an example. Well, one, you could first, you may have to do the same response more times, or you may need to change your response. So let's talk about if you're learning to tie your shoe. Okay, here's a good one. Your outcome is you want to be able to tie your shoe. And so you're working at it. And let's say you're using the one loop method where you tie it around your thumb and push it through and pull, and you try it and you don't get it. So you respond by practicing some more, and you try it and you don't get it. So the outcome's giving you feedback that you're not doing your response correctly. So you try it again, it doesn't work. Maybe the adjustment is you have to do that over and over and over and over again for a whole week, and that you keep responding, and then that gets you to the outcome of knowing how to tie your shoe. Or maybe you have to adapt it, and instead of doing the one loop method, you do the bunny ear or the two loop method and practice that way to get the outcome of learning to tie your shoe. So that's just a simple way of thinking about how you would have to adjust or adapt or change what you're doing to try and get the outcome that you want. So now what I have here is I'm looking at our above the line and below the line example, and I have put in, let's press pause and let's take a look at what our event is. The event is we have a math test that you have to pass. You have to pass it, and you're allowed to take it as many times as you want. So obviously the outcome is you want to pass the test. Okay, so let's look at the different types of responses, okay, because we may have to adjust or adapt as we're going through here. Well, if we go to our below the line responses and it says take the test without preparing, that means without studying or doing anything to learn about it, well, you're probably going to get the below the line outcome. You did not get the grade you hope to earn. Or if you look at the test and then you blame the teacher for it being too hard, well, you're going to come to find out that blaming for anything is never going to help you get the outcome you want. Or if you just quit trying, well, guess what? You're not going to get the grade you hope to earn. Okay, so let's focus here on the above the line responses. Let's say you have that math test, you want to pass it, so you studied for the math test, but you still did not get the grade you hope to earn. So you press pause, you got your mind right, figured out what you needed to do, but you didn't get that grade that you wanted. So now you go back and you make an adjustment by asking the teacher for help. And then you still didn't get the grade that you wanted. So now you go back and adjust. And you got to practice your math skills on that test. Study again, and you did not get the grade you want. Retake it, study again, and now you pass the test. You had to do all that adjusting and adapting over and over. And remember, you can get that